Hi, welcome to this episode of The Daily. My name is Brendan Malone. Well, it's been a week and a half since the Oscars, and in today's episode, I want to focus on 3 award categories where I think the Academy got it completely wrong. 3 awards where I think they gave the awards to the wrong people or for dubious reasons. And if you're wondering why I look down a bit in this episode, it's because I got some notes on my phone just to make sure my thoughts are collected in order. And so if you see me doing that, that's why that's happening. So the first category where I think they got it wrong was for Best Actor. They gave the award to Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, yes, his acting in The Revenant was good, and he is a good actor, and I think he has previously deserved the Oscar for other roles. They didn't give it to him. But I think the general feeling is that that The Revenant wasn't his best acting performance, and that it was like Martin Scorsese with The Departed. They gave him the Oscar more as almost a recognition of a body of work and some really good previous work, rather than necessarily just for this particular role. And I don't like it when they use Oscars in this way. As I said, they did it previously with Martin Scorsese and The Departed. It wasn't his best film. I don't think that they should use Oscars in this way. And I think particularly when you look at Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in The Revenant, I think that in that movie, Tom Hardy actually acted better. His acting was a lot better. Who do I think deserved the award? Well, I think actually Matt Damon was kind of hard done by. The movie The Martian, if you think about it, relies almost entirely on us having sympathy and identifying with and really getting on board with the character that Matt Damon plays in that movie, because it's all about one guy stuck on a planet. It's kind of like Tom Hanks in Castaway. If we don't like that one guy, we don't sympathise with him, we don't get on board, we don't feel his suffering and pain, the movie is not going to work. The movie is dead in the water. But we did. He did a really good job in that film of actually, we sympathise with him, we feel his pain, we laugh with him. It goes from comedy to quite serious and deep dramatic moments, but it does it all with excellence. It really is. Probably not since Tom Hanks in Castaway have we seen sort of like a lone survivor sort of type performance like that has done so well. So I think Matt Damon probably deserved the Oscar for that particular movie. The next category where I think they got it wrong was for Best Picture. So the Best Picture award this year was given to Spotlight. Spotlight is a good movie. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good film. I've seen it. Excellent movie. However, I don't think that it is better than other films in that category. So Mad Max Fury Road, I think, was a far better film. I'm just talking here about the technical aspects of and the total package deal of thinking about the picture as a whole. Mad Max Fury Road was a far better film, but I don't think that deserved the award over Spotlight. I think, in fact, The Revenant deserved to be awarded Best Picture. The Revenant is filmmaking on a whole nother level. Compared to Spotlight, the two don't even stand side by side. At times, Spotlight plays like a bit of an HBO film. There are some interesting choices in regards to the secondary actors they've used and music choices and other things. I don't think it's a great film. It's a good film, that's for sure, and it's engaging, but I don't think it deserves to be nominated or win Best Picture. I think The Revenant is filmmaking on a whole nother level, and it definitely deserved that award. Now, the reason it didn't get the award, though, I think, was probably because last year, Inarritu, who gave us Birdman, won the best movie at the last year's Oscars, and they were never going to give him 2 Best Picture awards in a row. But the thing is, I don't think he should have been given Best Movie last year for Birdman. I don't think Birdman was the best movie. In that particular category, I think Whiplash was a far better film, and Whiplash was the movie last year that actually deserved that. I also think if you look at the nominations for that particular category last year of Best Picture, Foxcatcher and Fury were 2 movies that were hard done by. They didn't even get a nomination. I think Foxcatcher was better than Birdman. I think the reason Birdman won last year was because it was very self-referential, and a lot of actors and Hollywood types would have identified with it because it was really an introspective look at Hollywood culture and acting culture, and I think that's why it won. But The Revenant is a far superior film, so they made a rod for their own back by giving him the award for Birdman. He missed out this year when he rightly deserved it, and instead Spotlight got it, which, as I said, of all the movies on that list, I think Spotlight was probably the least deserving of that particular award. And the last category is for Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Now, the Oscar was won by Mark Rylance for his role in Bridge of Spies. Now, I've seen all of the movies in that category bar one, which was The Big Short, so I can't comment on Christian Bale, who was nominated in that category, but I can tell you right now that every other actor who was nominated in that category put on a better performance, I think, than Mark Rylance did in Bridge of Spies. His acting is good, there's nothing wrong with it, but what makes his character memorable in Bridge of Spies has got nothing to do with his acting. What makes his character memorable is the fact that he is very ambivalent about the fact that he's been caught. Most of the time in a film like this, when you see a spy who has been caught, a Russian spy caught in America, he could face execution, he could face torture, he would obviously be petrified, he'd be scared, he'd be terrified. But in this movie, Mark Reliance's character is ambivalent. He just says, well, whatever happens, happens. He's not worried about the fact. He's just cool, calm and collected. He doesn't care about the fact he's been caught. He just accepts that this is part of the game. So he's not worried at all about this. And that's quite unique and it sticks out. But that's got nothing to do with his acting. Instead, it's the way that character is written that makes that most memorable and unique trait about his character really stand out. Whereas the other performances, so Stallone in the movie Creed, Tom Hardy in The Revenant, Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight, their characters are memorable because of the way they are acted. There's these great little acting turns and unique twists and characterizations that those actors have given to those characters in those films that make them, I think, far better supporting actors than Mark Reliance was in Bridge of Spies. In fact, I think the person who deserves that category, I think Tom Hardy deserved the award for The Revenant. I think he acted far better than Leonardo DiCaprio did in that movie, and his characterization was really amazing. He really just owned that character and got into it in a way that just made it a memorable and very important part of that film. If that character hadn't worked, I think the whole thing would have fallen flat. It would have been quite problematic. Whereas Leo's character, it was kind of, he really just had to move with the journey. But it's Tom Hardy's character who initiates that journey and drives it and is really the reason why that film feels and plays out the way that it does. At the end of the day, it's just the Oscars. So what are you going to do about it? And we can't change the narrative anyway. But that's my thoughts. 3 things I think that they got completely wrong. And if they had a do-over, I think they should definitely change who got those awards. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily.